My boss, Derek, was the kind of manager who thought he invented efficiency. He'd walk around the office with his clipboard, timing how long we took on bathroom breaks. I worked at a mid-sized marketing firm, and Derek had just been promoted to department head. Immediately, he announced his revolutionary new project tracking system. Every task, no matter how small, needed 3 separate forms filled out. One for starting the task, one for progress updates every 2 hours, and one for completion. Each form took about 15 minutes to fill out properly. I tried explaining this would destroy our productivity. Derek, the Henderson campaign needs the graphics by Friday. If I'm filling out forms every 2 hours, I won't finish. He smiled that condescending smile. This is how real professionals work. Follow the system exactly or you're written up. No exceptions, no shortcuts, no excuses. Every single task, I asked? Every single one. So I did exactly that. Monday morning, 9 a.m., I filled out my first form, task, fill out task starting form, then a progress update form about filling out the starting form, then a completion form. That took 45 minutes total. Next task, fill out forms for Henderson campaign graphics. Starting form, check. Progress updates every 2 hours, check. But here's the thing, I couldn't actually start the graphics work because I was documenting the documentation process. Derek stopped by Tuesday afternoon. Where's Henderson? Still filling out the progress update forms. The system requires updates every 2 hours for each task. Since documenting is a task, I'm documenting my documentation. I'm being thorough, just like you wanted. Just finish, Henderson. I am following your system exactly. You said no exceptions, no shortcuts. Would you like me to violate your policy? I pulled out my phone. I actually recorded our conversation where you said I'd be written up if I didn't follow it precisely. Should I delete that recording and stop following your system? He stammered and walked away. By Wednesday, I'd filled out 147 forms. 0 actual work completed. Other team members, seeing my approach, started doing the same thing. Our department's output dropped to essentially nothing. Thursday morning, Derek's boss, Susan, called an emergency meeting. She'd noticed our department hadn't delivered anything all week. Derek tried explaining his brilliant system. Susan looked at the mountain of paperwork. So let me understand. You implemented a tracking system so complex that it prevents actual work from happening? Derek sweated. They're sabotaging it. I raised my hand. Susan, I have recordings of Derek saying we must follow his system exactly, with no exceptions or face written warnings. I followed his instructions precisely. Would you like to hear them? Susan didn't need to hear them. Derek was demoted that afternoon, and by Friday, I was promoted to department head. My first action? Eliminating Derek's system entirely. We delivered Henderson by Monday. They loved it, and our department's productivity increased 40%. Derek now works in the basement handling data entry. Funnily enough, his new role requires filling out extensive paperwork for every task. He follows the system exactly. What would you have done in my situation? Followed the ridiculous system or pushed back harder from the start?